Hello, and welcome to our first tutorial in the Autodesk Maya 3D Podracer tutorial. Now, before we hop into Maya, we're actually going to go ahead and try to pick out a reference image of a Podracer that we want to work with. And then after that, we're going to make some tracing lines so we can use an advanced tool known as the Revolve tool to be able to make the base engine of our overall Podracer. So if you want to navigate over to the internet for a minute, and you go to Google Images, we're just going to go ahead and type in the word Podracer followed by .ics. And this is going to give us a reference file that we can end up going off of. I'm going to go ahead and click on the first file, and I am going to open up its website so I can end up getting a high resolution photo to work with. And just like that, I'm going to go ahead and right click, save the image right to my desktop. Once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and close out of Google Chrome. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. And through its menus, I'm going to File Open my Podracer. Now, in class, we ended up talking about all the different types of Podracers, and just so the students had a general understanding, we ended up doing a demo Podracer, which was the OD Mandrel. So for this tutorial video series, I'm going to still stick with the OD Mandrel just because it's the one that the rest of the students are working with. So we're going to go ahead and take the crop tool, and we're not going to worry about the overall pod seat. We're just going to worry about the pod engine for now. Just get that nice and cropped around there so that's all you see. Then double click, and then I'm going to hold down Control and hit 0 to zoom up on it. Once it fills my screen, I'm going to create a new layer. This is just going to be a layer named Trace. And then I'm going to get a paintbrush, and I'm going to get a rather small point here. And I'm going to get a color that's easy to see. So I'm going to stick with red. And when you end up making a Podracer revolve, you have to end up starting down a little bit from the center point where it's going to revolve around 360 degrees. And then you have to trace the outline of it so it can form its shape. So in this case, I'm going to go right here and start. I'm going to left click once. And then I'm going to go up to right about the middle of the Podracer. Hold down Shift, left click once. And what that's going to do is that's going to end up creating a straight line for me. And while still holding down Shift, I'm going to go to the back and left click again. And then I'm going to go all the way around this pod engine, still holding Shift by the way, so it snaps to the closest lines that I want it to. And I'm just going to go all the way around until I get kind of towards the front. The front's a little bit different because where that nose cone's sticking out, which is kind of the triangular part of it, that is going to house fan blades inside of here. So what I need to do is, in order to get the fan blades to be able to be a place I can put them in later, I am going to have to cut inwards like so, just to give them room to breathe later. And then I'm going to come back out, and I'm going to end right about there. Once that's done, I'm going to save this two different ways. I'm going to do just Podracer PSD, so I can come back here later and mess around with it if I need to do any type of modifications. I'm also going to do a Podracer PNG. That way I can save this right into Photoshop. So with that being said, now what we're going to do is, after saving the Podracer as a PSD and a PNG, the next step is we're going to go ahead and open up Autodesk Maya. And then we're going to learn where to start from when it comes to not only importing our reference image, but also where to go from there.